THX. If you haven't learned, we're doing another series. We're on part 2 this time, so yeah, let's continue this train, I guess, until we eventually run out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, THX on 20th Century Fox Home Media, Part 2, the VHS market. But first, here's another wheel! Yay, we're gonna talk about a THX logo just by itself before we actually get onto the thing before we do it. Yay! However, we're not spinning the wheel. Yeah, we're not spinning the wheel. I'm just gonna pick one at random. Now, let me see. Which one can I do? Well, I guess I can do Cimmaron. The THX logo Cimmaron premiered in theaters in 1988, alongside the theatrical releases of Willow and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This trailer did premiere in theaters. However, in 1990, the trailer was weirdly recalled because Lucasfilm received complaints from theater people saying that their speakers were damaged during the playback. And then the trailer was eventually fixed in 1990. And then I guess it was like hang on, I guess, around multiple Laserdisc movies, I guess. Anyway, I think that's all for now. Time to talk about more stuff, I guess. First is the 1995 release of the original Star Wars trilogy, and this was hyped up to be one of the last times you get to see the original Star Wars trilogies as is before they would switch to the special editions. I don't understand that tactic at all. And this release was on Laserdisc, and this was noted to be the first THX movies to be released on the new VHS. And this was released in August of 1995, and the trailers for both releases included the THX Broadway logo. Next is the Towering Inferno, which released in September 1995 on Laserdisc with the THX logo Broadway. The following release was Miracle on 34th Street, the 1944 version, not the old 1920s or 30s something movie, the 1994 remake, which was released on Laserdisc in November of 1995, and this one weirdly got a THX release for some reason, and the THX logo was Broadway, so yeah. Then there was Die Hard. This movie was released on home media, probably to coincide with the release of Die Hard with a Vengeance on home media. And, as always, THX came in to certify the movie. They did that, and the logo was Broadway on Laserdisc. Yeah, in November 1995. Yeah. Next, 20th Century Fox decided to release 2 Alien films on Laserdisc in December of 1995. The first was, of course, Alien. That was released on Laserdisc with the Broadway logo. The other one was Aliens, that also released in December 1995 on Laserdisc with, again, the THX logo Broadway. And I don't know why they didn't include Alien 3, but oh well. Next is Die Hard with a Vengeance, being released in December 1995 on VHS, just in time for the holiday season. And just in time for like the same time of like the events of the original Die Hard takes place, you know, if you understand. And the THX logo was Broadway on VHS. Next is the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I would like to suggest to watch it when you grow up. This release was released on December 1995 on Laserdisc with the THX logo Broadway. And to end 1995, Die Hard 2, Die Harder finally released on Laserdisc. Yay! And they also included the Broadway trailer on Laserdisc. Yay! I don't know why they took them this long to release Die Hard, then go to Die Hard with a Vengeance, then Die Hard 2. Just weird. And to start 1996 is the Laserdisc release of Die Hard with a Vengeance. I don't know why they took a month for them to be released on Laserdisc, but oh well. And the release was also THX certified with the Broadway logo. Next is the weirdest one so far, 9 Months. Released in February of 1996 on Laserdisc with the THX logo Broadway on Laserdisc. Quick side note, why is Hugh Grant smiling like that? And his eyes just look a little bit cross-eyed, I guess. Anyway, enough of that, let's move on. Then is the May 1996 Laserdisc release of Strange Days, which, fun fact, this was actually produced by James Cameron. And this movie was released on Laserdisc with the THX Broadway logo, once again. Next is the July 1996 Laserdisc release of Broken Arrow, which included the THX logo Broadway on Laserdisc. Now keep a note of that, because this is actually going to be the final time that you'll ever see a Broadway logo on a Laserdisc. Next, 20th Century Fox actually did something interesting for their home media releases. They did something called the widescreen series, aka they get to show the movie in its entirety in its original aspect ratio without cropping to fit in the screen. And the first releases were The Abyss, The Last of the Mohicans, Speed, True Lies, The Sound of Music, and My Fair Lady. With the exception of My Fair Lady, they all released in August of 1996, with My Fair Lady releasing the following month in September. And all those releases included the THX Broadway logo. So, I have something new to talk about. Yay. Another thing they changed was the Laserdiscs. Now, they changed the THX logo for these. Where they once were the Broadway logos, now they are now something called Cimmaron, or is it Cinnamon? And the first release to ever include it was the November 1996 Laserdisc of The Abyss, the special edition, which included some old deleted footage that, returned to the movie, I guess. And the other two releases were Speed and The Sound of Music. All three of them did include a new THX logo, Cimmaron, and they were also released on widescreen, if you were wondering. So, more stuff to talk about. Yay! But to end this video, I'll talk about the November 1996 release of Independence Day, which this one, I would understand why this one would get the THX certified for its home media releases. And for this one, they included the THX Broadway logo. I think ending it at 1996 was probably for the best, mainly because of the two things I already talked about, the widescreen series starting, and the Laserdisc changing THX logos to Broadway to Cimmaron. Yeah, those two definitely would change things, but oh boy, 1997 and 1998 are gonna be massive. Next time on THX on 20th Century Fox Home Media, the guy talking will talk about 40 movies. Can he do it? Probably not, but oh well. The Star Wars trilogy will be released on home media, but a little bit different. And we begin preparations to say goodbye to an old friend, Laserdisc. Join us next time!